Hey guys, Mr. Happy here, and this is my guide for turn 6 of the Binding Coil of Bahamut, also known as the second coil of Bahamut turn 1. When you enter, the first two trash pulls will consist of golems and a crystal. Just pull the golems off the crystal area and kill everything and you'll be at the boss, Rafflesia. This battle has 3 phases. For phase 1 and 2, tank Rafflesia in the center of the room facing away from the group. Rafflesia has a conal attack that will put a debuff on tanks that will cause them to take more damage. Tank swap this every 2 stacks. Rafflesia will also summon vines connecting players other than the main tank and cause them to take damage while they are connected. By running away from each other, you can break these vines. If it's 3 people and you're stuck in the middle, use your best judgment. Rafflesia also periodically summons 3 dark matter bulbs that don't move or attack, but summon a slowly expanding briar thorn. These thorns do damage every 3 seconds and slow your movement speed. Kill any bulbs that spawn in the middle as soon as possible since that's where you're tanking the boss, and ignore the rest of them. Finally, Rafflesia places a mark above a player's head for Floral Trap. After a short delay, she sucks in that player and any nearby players, stuns them, and devours them. When she devours someone, she gains a permanent stacking damage buff for each player hit, and then spits those players out, dealing AoE damage to the raid. The Floral Trap target should isolate themselves however the raid deems necessary, and make sure you don't move in front of the boss until after Spit starts casting. Devour can still catch targets who weren't stunned by Floral Trap if they are too close to the front of the boss. You can prevent being sucked in by standing in a briar thorn or by using the line of sight method, which is where the person with the mark stands really close to Rafflesia, and then when she turns to suck them in, they quickly run through her before the animation goes off. You'll get stunned, but you shouldn't get devoured if you do it right. If you're attached to anyone via vines, it's up to them to break them since you gotta focus on doing this. Here's a quick boss ability rotation on the screen, and I've included it in the description for your copy and paste pleasure. I'll give you 10 seconds to copy it down. Phase 2 will start at 70%, and Rafflesia keeps all of her moves from Phase 1. She also has a new move called Blighted Bouquet, which will kill anyone attacking, casting, moving, doing the Manderville, or basically anything when it finishes casting. Simply put, stop casting, sheath your weapon, Z is my keybind for this, and take your hands off the keyboard. There's no way you can mess that up. She can also honey glaze a player, giving them this debuff, which will cause a dark matter hornet to spawn. This hornet doesn't hit hard and it only hits the honey glaze target. However, if it's not killed quickly enough, it'll start using sharp sting and instantly kill anyone it hits. So kill the hornet quickly and move on. You need to remove that honey glaze debuff or the hornets just keep coming. To get rid of it, just have the person get devoured on purpose. Make sure you don't start phase 3 with anyone honey glazed or the hornets will keep spawning during that phase. If someone gets honey glazed just before 40%, stop all damage and wait for the next devour. There are some new vine patterns too, but that's about it. Keep doing what you did in phase 1. Take your hands off the keyboard for Bouquet, kill the hornet, and get the honey glazed player eaten, and you should be okay. Here's the boss's ability rotation for phase 2, again in the description of the video for your copy and paste pleasure. Phase 3 starts at 40%, and the boss will stop doing his conal attack, summoning bulbs, blighted bouquet, and honey glazing players. She still uses vines though. At the start, she'll use Leafstorm, which does some AoE damage, and summons 3 slugs, which should be picked up by your off tank. Immediately after, she uses Acid Rain. Everyone except the main tank stack up until Acid Rain goes out, and then move out of the AoE it creates. When Acid Rain goes out, the main tank should pull Rafflesia to the nearest wall without a briar thorn. This will summon 3 acidic honeys. Don't attack or interact with them in any way or they're going to hurt you pretty badly. All these honeys do is give the raid a stacking debuff that, at 10 stacks, will wipe the raid. There are 2 ways of dealing with this phase. If your damage is high, off-tank the slugs and just burn the boss down. You can single target limit break the boss or black mage limit break the boss and the slugs, whatever's better for you, but don't touch the honeys. The other option is, you can damage a slug to about 40% HP and he'll retreat and eat the acidic honeys. If they aren't stacked tightly, the slug won't eat them all, so make sure everyone is tightly stacked for Acid Rain like I said before. Once he absorbs them all, everyone unloads damage onto the super slug, including the melee limit break. You kill the slug and you have about a minute and a half before you have to worry about them again. Kill the remaining 2 slugs or tank them, it's up to you. At some point they'll respawn, but the boss will be so low on HP you can just go full out DPS on Rafflesia and finish her. Rafflesia also gets the ability Swarm, which she will use occasionally on the main tank. It puts 4 stacks of Swarm on that tank, and after a short time deals huge damage to them. Tanks, just pop your cooldowns and have healers be sure to Stone Skin and Eloquium you. And finally, she gets Rotten Stench. She'll target a healer with a bluish crosshair and after a short delay shoot a laser in that direction. It deals a lot of damage, but it's split between every player hit, so everyone just needs to be within a line of the healer. The boss again does have some new vine patterns, one of which looks like this. If you're that person who is attached to 4 people, run towards the back of the room while everyone else scooches forward a little bit. If it's on your off tank and he's off to the side for whatever reason, just move to the opposite side. For example, if your off tank is to the left of your raid group, everyone can just go right. If a DPS gets it though, they should just run to the back of the room until it breaks. And that's it. Here's one last list of the boss's ability rotations during this phase. That's everything you need to know about turn 6 of the Binding Coil of Bahamut. Be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share for more videos, and until next time, take care.